Hi. Now, this time I've got Frank-n-Furter from the Rocky Horror Show. I was asked to do a doll, and I like dolls with pretty faces, but this one by no means has a pretty face. But you couldn't get away with a pretty face because a pretty face would look silly. So, of course, it's their 50-year anniversary, and it's, I thought somebody asked me could I do the pattern, so I've done the pattern, and this was the first attempt I had, and you'll see that the stockings aren't that neat, and I ended up I added a bit here, so this is the first bit, but I quite like his face. Okay, so with a bit of eyebrows, he's got the curly hair, the curly mop, and he looks all right, and the purple cloak. So that's the first one, and it's for their 50. It's the Rocky Horror Show 50-year anniversary. Okay, and he wears pearls around his neck, so they're just some pearls stitched around his neck. Okay, so the second one I think is better, and this is the one that's in the pattern. Okay, so we'll start with the bottom of the shoes. Okay, so you can't really do high heel shoes on these dolls. They would never stand up in a pair of high heels. So what I did was to try to give it a bit of a blingy effect is I added a bit of silver yarn, just 3 rows of chain stitch, and round the ankle I added 3 rows of chain stitch as well. And the tights, as you can see, or the stockings are much better, and the reason they're much better is I got a colouring pencil. I did this section to this section first, and then I did this section to this section second. Okay, so this section to this section, I drew a line with the colouring pencil, and I drew a line round there, and then I measured out the section. So, and I measured out, I made a point measuring out. So when I embroidered, and it's using, this one was using the yarn. Okay, this was using embroidery thread, 6 strands of embroidery thread, which turned out much better. So whenever I measured it out, I was able then to carefully do it on the diagonal, and it looks much better. And then again on here, you had already got your marks here. I measured it out down there, and then you're able to do it on the diagonal, and it worked very well. The other thing I did was a high cut pants. What are they called? Pants. So a high cut leg, which actually is more like the thing. He has a waistcoat, and the red on it really is for just to lift it a wee bit, sort of lift the colour a wee bit. He has a heart, okay, and I put directions how to do it. This one is just a wee felt heart that I cut out and for his tattoo and sewed in place. The heart on this one was done, can you see it? Was done differently. Okay, so I just coloured that in with a colouring pencil, and then just stitched with some red embroidery thread round it. So it doesn't matter what way you do it. So his tattoo, he's got like long sort of fingerless gloves sort of thing on, right? And you want it to sort of have a lacy look. He's got his beads, the face again, not the prettiest, but that's as close as you can get to doing it. And he has his purple coat. So Frank-n-Furter 50 years anniversary. If you're into the Rocky Horror Show, it's quite a nice knit. Okay, the curly hair was done again. These were darling that I bought, but you could use chopsticks, and the instructions are on the pattern. You wrap your darling with your yarn, then you soak it, then you cook it in the oven for 100 degrees for what you'd put a pavlova in at 100 degrees for about half an hour, and then you take it out and you let it cool and dry, and when you pull them off you get the curls. And these were sort of darling, they weren't too thin. If you wanted tighter curls, then you would use the barbecue sticks that you get for doing kebabs. Well, you could use those, you'd get tighter curls. But for this doll, I didn't want tight curls, I wanted loose curls. And it works very well, and the curls won't drop out. You've got curls there forever. And so there you are. So Frank-n-Furter Rocky Horror Show 50 years. Alright, so patterns on my website, www.ecdesigns.co.uk. Bye.